power. Say, I will be engulfed with power. As a matter of fact, your whole Christianity is about the demonstration of the power of God. Let me say the power of God. But we don't see this power in the church anymore. We have turned the church to be like the historical churches. You see, when you go to the historical churches, one of the things that you see that is so common is that you hear prayers, reading of prayers, then they do some symbolic actions. Glory be to God, and you also say, word without end. Amen. But the church is supposed to exhibit power. It's supposed to do what? Exhibit power. And not only that, every Christian. As a matter of fact, if God opens your eyes for you to know what is in store for you, you begin to realize that you have sat down for a long time complaining about things that you have got the ability and the power to take care of. And this morning we are trusting God that this power will come back to the church. Say, the power will come back to the church.
Power will come back to the church.
Anytime that we're talking about the revival of the church, we don't want to use any other example than the one that was with the early church. Let me say the early church. An apostle preached one time and 3,000 people got saved. The apostle was going to the temple at the 9th hour. They met a cripple at the beautiful gate, and the cripple asked for money. You see, these days, the most richest people in Christendom are pastors. And people go to church not for power, but they go to church so that the pastor might even maybe take care of the school fees, take care of financial challenge that you are going through. But when you come to the church, you need to be endued with power. Say, endued with what? Power of God. And you need to demonstrate this power in your life. You have to be a witness of this power. One of the things that is happening in the church is that people have had knowledge about what the power of God is. We all know God is omnipotent. He is everywhere. He is all-powerful God. But you see, it's not okay to just know that God is all-powerful God. You need to demonstrate His power. Say, demonstrate His power.
Demonstrate His power.
And that is the error that we have come into. If we say our church is doing the acts of the apostles, the understanding that you need to get is that a time is coming that you stretch forth your hands upon people who are sick and they are going to recover. I was talking about the role of the deacons at that time, Philip and Stephen. These guys could go to a city and take the whole city, or turn the whole city upside down. And you see, the error that happens at their time is still also going on in the church now. Because you see, at that time, we had the high priest, the Sadducees, and the Pharisees. They were in the church. I'm sure they were doing the long prayers. Glory be to God. Praise be to His name. World without end. Amen. And cripples and people were sick. Yes, so they could not see the power of God. Then the disciples come into the scene and started working miracles. They got offended by the miracles that they were working. So they warned them, whipped them, and said, keep quiet. But you see, the truth of the matter is that when somebody is sick or somebody is a cripple, and that cripple gets healing, it doesn't matter the church doctrine that you put upon them, they will always go where the power is. The charismatic church is changing now. Because you see, if our charismatism is only about church doctrine, then we have missed it. Because people want to see the power of God. Say, see the power of God. They want to experience this power that you talk about. We say we shall receive power. Where is the power that you have received? And what are you doing with this power? The time has come for us to rise up, go to places where the gospel is not preached. Can you imagine we go to OSU campus? You see, the campus that you see there, I work there, so I tell you. Real things go on there. Tramol, fentanyl, cocaine. You see, sometimes when I go to the campus, I begin to ask myself, is it even right for you to send your child to school? But if you go there and look at, see what they are doing on campus, it will surprise you. Sometimes I pick some of them, I warn them, but they are laughing at me. They say, oh, look at this old man, clear off. Sometimes people sit in my car and they are teaching them how to start taking drugs. And some of them, it's their first experience. So they snag the cocaine or that kind of thing and they get booze, and when they get booze and go and see the things that they are doing, you'll be shocked. I met this guy who is from Ghana. Picked him up. The moment I picked him up, I saw that he's from Ghana, so we started talking. I said, what are you doing here? He said something that disturbs me so much. He's from Ghana, a brilliant guy, got a scholarship to come to school in America. Med student. But when he came on campus, it's because you see there is a spirit in the campus. If you are not a good Christian, when you go, they will baptize you with it. So he got baptized with the Spirit. And that the mother and the father, they are pastors. They are what? Who have sold their property. Because their child is so brilliant, he's coming to med school, and you know in Africa, if you are going to be a doctor, it is the most honorable. This guy comes to campus, he's not able to do this course. But that though I told you I'm a med student, but when I came, I couldn't face it. The challenges were too much. And the son. And he needs help. And he said, Pastor, this is my life now. I went to live with a roommate, and before we realized, I didn't know my roommate was. So I asked, are you there? What's this thing going on? He said, they don't know it. I don't want to break their hearts. Anytime my mother calls me, I'm confused because my mother is boasting around telling people, very soon my son is going to be what? A medical doctor. But your son is a gay guy in Columbus.